Hi guys, welcome back to Angelic Tarot and Therapy. I am Kat and I'm here to do our weekly live show. If you have never seen this show before, I do a general reading for everybody and then I do open my comments and you guys can request that I pull a card for you. If you have questions for the archangels, feel free to ask, whatever that question may be, and I will go ahead and pull cards to get those answers for you. But we're going to go ahead and get started, and I am going to share this with my Facebook page because I have a few people that still haven't quite figured out how to do that, and that's okay. Okay, so we're going to... Yep, and you can just hit the top chat if you would like to chat or say anything. There we are. All right. Get this done for you real quick. When I first started doing everything on YouTube, I had a few people that were like, I have no idea. I told them, don't worry, I will make sure that you get the link and everything. And there we are. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. I will go ahead and get our general reading done. There we go. Okay. There we are. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and get that general reading. Now, if you've never seen tarot done before, or you need more clarification or something, just tell me. That's why I'm here. Oh, and we have a jumper. A couple of them. Okay. All right. So for some of you, this full moon in Pisces is never clear on anything, ever. Uncertainty, all kinds of that. It follows Pisces around like a lost dog. So honestly, the full moon in Pisces, if you're feeling uncertain about a lot of things or you can't seem to make a decision to save your life, that's probably why. But we're going to look at some of the challenges and things that the full moon in Pisces is bringing, as well as things that could be helpful and our final outcome. Hi, Miss Mary. Okay, so our current situation. The current situation is justice. And justice is very much a card of balance. It's also justice falling on the rightful side, making a decision that is beneficial to everybody. But the justice card is all about mental balance. Mental balance. It's not temperance. It's not emotional balance or patience. This is mental balance. This is compartmentalizing certain things so that you can still function. So we have justice, and then we have the crossing energy of the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is, what's a good way to, that's good. So the Five of Swords is very nitpicky. Just somebody is just because the Four of Swords is where you're taking a break. You disconnected from everything, and the Three of Swords is that healing after a stab to the heart. So the Five of Swords is a big change. It's a big change on the mental level. And that is because you are dealing with a lot of naysayers. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody wants to throw their 2 cents in, but people are not being honest with you. It's usually coming from an underhanded method or an underhanded way. Okay, lots of gossip. All right, and then the basis of the situation, this explains a lot. You have the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is not just getting everything that you want emotionally. The Ten of Cups is an ending to the way that an emotional thing once was. So something related to emotions, whether it be a relationship, whether it be something that you're emotionally attached to, this has come to an end and we're literally starting over. Okay, so the 10 is always a 1 as well. So we're starting over emotionally. The old way of doing things has come to an abrupt halt. So we've got the 10 of Cups as the basis of our situation, and now we're having to compartmentalize and try to balance everything. Never mind that we have a full moon in Pisces, and Mary can tell us all about a full moon in Pisces, I'm sure. We also have the Five of Swords, which is that nagging energy. People being underhanded, gossiping, naysaying, talking behind your back, just basic crap that people like to do to each other. So behind you, you have the Knight of Cups, and knights indicate moving forward. Every knight has their own speed. The Knight of Cups is trying to be very, very careful as to not spill this cup. So the Knight of Cups has brought you something that will stir you emotionally, whether it be a proposal, whether it be a job offer, whether it be, whatever it is, it's something that you are emotionally attached to and you're being brought an offer. Okay. So things changed emotionally. Now we have a new offer on the table. You're trying to compartmentalize everything. Meanwhile, all of the gossip Gerties are having their say-so and throwing their 2 cents in. The crowning thought, there's a cause for celebration. This new venture, everything that's happening, this is a cause for celebration. We have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is weddings, christenings, graduations. Let's get out there and have more fun. Let's have a good time. But again, threes only have a little bit of oomph. They're not long-term things. They're very short-lived usually. So this is saying that enjoy the fun while you're having it. Enjoy those last few days of summer, or what feels like summer outside. And if you live in Illinois, like I do, you'll know that if you don't like the weather, you can just wait 5 minutes, it will change. So then our up and coming, we have the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is making a decision on your own behalf and acting accordingly. You have come into your own. Never mind the naysayers. Never mind anybody else's opinion. You have come into your own, and now this is your time. I would like to point out that we've got the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands sitting here. These were our jumper cards that came out. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to want to touch base with those here in just a moment. So I'm going to go through the final thought panel, and then we're going to see why these two jumped out in the first place. So our hopes and fears category, the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very, she's got her stuff together. She knows when to reach out and when to withdraw. She understands exactly, like taking care of the aesthetics. She understands that your mental state has everything to do with your physical state, and that your emotional state will weigh heavily on both of those as well. So the Queen of Cups is very nurturing. She's very, let me take care of you. Let me help you with this. I'm going to make sure that your environment is conducive. That's her role. And taking a look at this in the hopes and fears category, you're either afraid that you're not going to be able to do that, or you're hoping that this is where you're headed. Okay. Then we have the current environment or environmental influence, and we have the Empress. Again, very, very nurturing, very water-based, very intuitive, very feminine. Okay. Hello, Pisces. Just saying. All right, so we've got the Empress who is influencing everything with a desire to be nurturing and being kind to yourself and manifesting your dreams. Again, a 3. Threes don't have a whole lot of oomph, but I would like to point out that we are in a 3 year, 2019, if you add the numbers together and then reduce them into one number, that is a 3. So that being said, we've got the Queen of Cups taking care of everyone emotionally, making sure that everyone is being nurtured and taken care of. Then we have the Empress, and she's all about taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, emotionally being there for yourself. Okay. All right. And then we have in our what's best for us category, we have the 4 of Swords. Typically the what's best for us category is what you really want or desire. And in my experience as a reader, I have come to discover that what we want and what's best for us are typically 2 different things. So I have just renamed this what's best for you. And what's best for us is the 4 of Swords, which, as I stated before, is downtime. This is unplugging, this is disconnecting, this is putting some distance between you and the situation. Okay, take a step back, take a breather, disconnect, get off of Facebook, okay, and just go be by yourself for a little bit, recharge. Okay. All right, and then our final outcome, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, she is very, very different from this one right here. The Queen of Cups is all about taking care of somebody on an emotional level and making sure that they are nurtured, and even, well, that's the good Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, where she's out of balance, we have a straight up Scarlett O'Hara situation going on. Oh, how upset, but no one understands me. I'm just going to have a mental breakdown. That, okay? Whereas the Queen of Pentacles is very, very much, I will show you how to be successful. I will teach you how to take care of everything that you have and, maintain it so that way it doesn't fall to crap on you. The Queen of Pentacles is very, very nurturing as well, but she comes from a standpoint of, I'm going to show you how to make money. I'm going to show you how to fish. I'm not giving you nothing. I'm going to actually take your hand and we're going to walk you through, and you're going to learn how to do all these things. Whereas the Queen of Cups is, oh, that would emotionally fulfill you. I'll do it for you. Do you see the difference? And this is the final outcome. This is saying that after you've recharged, unplugged, all that other stuff, and you really take a good look, you're going to be disillusioned. You are going to be disillusioned. You're going to understand that this is not about emotionally fulfilling someone else. You cannot do that. Statistically and physically, psychologically, it's impossible. It's impossible. You cannot emotionally fulfill someone. You can emotionally fulfill yourself, but you cannot fulfill anyone else. And for that reason, you cannot expect anyone else to fulfill you. You have to be able to be that all on your own. And if you can't, then we need to reevaluate that relationship. Okay. So that is our general reading. Okay. And real quick here, before I forget, we've also got the 8 of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Now, just hello. Yes, and yet so many people try. Mary, that's exactly it. And with the full moon being in Pisces, Pisces, they Pisces is very wishy-washy, for lack of a better term. They have a real hard time making decisions. And typically, I mean, they're almost as mercurial as Gemini in the sense that they cannot seem to get it together. So Pisces are very emotionally driven. Gemini is more mental stimulation and entertainment driven, but Pisces is very emotionally driven. And so I just want to throw this out there for all my Pisces people. This full moon is definitely going to affect your decision-making abilities, okay? If you need to, wait. You know, my parents taught me the 3-day rule. If you still want it after 3 days, then go ahead and get it, that kind of thing. Okay, any major decisions, go ahead and give it that 3-day rule, Pisces, okay? Okay. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Pisces is very emotionally driven, and the fact that they don't realize that they have an intuition because it's all here. They have, remember, I don't know if you guys have never seen my show before, I talk about this a lot. And because we just moved to YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and reiterate one more time for the people in the back or the people just joining us. If you are struggling emotionally, and I'm going to tell you right now, the head space and the heart space, they can live in the same building. They are not roommates. They are not roommates. The head and the heart, they are not roommates ever. Okay? Because then there's all kinds of problems. You have, you know, the head complaining that the heart, it is yogurt, or the heart complaining that the head leaves a mess everywhere. It just, you know, they don't work well together. They can live in the same building, but they cannot be roommates. They cannot share a living space. So that being said, Pisces, they forget that they even have any kind of intuition or anything. They're all right here until later. And then it's I knew this was going to happen, and yet they didn't have the sensibility to take advantage of it when they felt it at the moment. Because why? They were too emotionally upswept in it. So yeah, Pisces can be very, very emotionally driven. So just a reminder, guys, please, please, please remember that the head and the heart, they don't live together. Okay? They can't. All right? Oh, well, hi, Laura Flick, just in time. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Guys, the 8 of Pentacles is all about learning everything that you can on a subject. It is also about going back to school. It's learning a new trade, whether that's on the job training or whether that's just, you know, run of the mill, the school of hard knocks, whatever that is. The Knight of Wands is telling you that you are about to change your position. Whether you're moving up, whether you're moving out, finding a different job, whether you are moving locations with the same job, this is saying that this is influencing this right here. Okay? This is what's causing the the emotional, you know, restart. And then we have the new emotional offer. The emotion, what I'm saying is that it means that you are emotionally attached to that offer in some way, or it's emotionally stirring you. Typically, that means an offer of marriage, a new job that, you know, if your career is something that you are honestly, you know, fulfilling your passion and your purpose, then that would be an offer within that. Okay. I don't want anybody to get too confused here. So we're starting over emotionally, and there's been a brand new offer that's been brought. This is a time for celebration, but you're going to have to stand in your own power. You're going to have to make that decision accordingly and actually take action on your own behalf. And we're going to compartmentalize everything mentally, because we need to get some mental balance. We have a lot of naysayers, a lot of nitpickers. We are not going to try to emotionally fulfill other people. That's impossible. We are going to be very nurturing and caring of ourselves. We're going to unplug to rekindle everything and recharge. And then we're going to come back as the Queen of Pentacles instead, who will teach you how to do everything, but she's not doing it for you. So now we have, you know, the on-the-job training and everything. And then there is the Knight of Wands, which is movement. Okay. All right. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and start pulling some cards for folks. If you're just joining us, please know that you can ask questions of the archangels if you'd like. I do have my angel answers here. And speaking of angel answers, Miss Jenny asked me if I could pull some angel answers for her this week because she's been struggling with some answers. Yep, no problem, Miss Laura. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Oh, good, Laura. Very good. I'm so glad. Okay, and we are actually going to pull for Laura here in just a second. Miss Jenny, Jenny Smith, honey, I've got helpful people. You're ready, an opportunity. It's up to you. And yes, it would be very, very beneficial for you. It would. This is an opportunity. This is basically an opportunity to help you surmount the challenges that you've been facing lately. And I don't want you to think for a second that they're saying, nah, whatever, because they're not. They're saying there are helpful people with this whole situation. You're ready for something to change, and there's your opportunity. It's literally being given to you. Here's your opportunity. Take that. Let's move forward. Let's do this thing. Okay? All right. Well, hi, Katrina. Okay, yes, I will pull some for you here in just a second. Oh, okay. Am I still okay. Laura, they're still talking here, honey. Give me just a second. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So, Miss Laura, we are actually going to answer your question via the angel answer cards. Here we go. Miss Laura, there's something better. There's something better. Abundance. It's up to you. The answer is yes. Perfect timing and communicate clearly. One more time. I've got there's something better. Abundance. It's up to you. Yes. Perfect timing and communicate clearly. Okay. There we are. Be very, very clear on what you want. Be very, very clear on how you word things. And that's not for the angels, because they know your heart. Okay. They're not like genies where it's like, oh, you asked for $1 million and now you have 1 million deer in your backyard. That's not them. But they do want you to understand that if you communicate clearly, it makes it much more easy for other people to be helpful in the situation. Yay, Laura. I'm so glad that was helpful. All right. And Miss Katrina, here we go. Okay. Okay. Got it. All right. So I see. Okay. So Katrina, we have a year from now. We have a year from now. You need to take action. A year from now, success. A year from now, take action, success. Improved outlook, compromise, and let go. One more time. A year from now, take action, success, improved outlook, compromise, let go. Compromise always means that you don't know all the answers all the way through every day, all the time out loud. Okay. Compromise means be vulnerable, be in a place where you can say, I honestly don't have all the answers, and let go of your attachment to how you want things to play out. If I tell people this all the time, if you have your hands on that steering wheel, you cannot, well, it's ill-advised for you to say, Jesus, take the wheel, and then just keep your hands on the thing. It doesn't work like that. You're bound to cause an accident that way. Okay. If you truly want them to take it, you have got to let go of it. Okay, you can't hang on to it saying, "Oh, I just want to hang on to this one little piece of it. I just want to tinker with this one little spot." If you're going to let them have it, then let them have all of it. Let go. Okay? All right. Okay, and spiritual path questions for Miss Mary. Okay. Mhm. Uh-huh. Mary, honey, they're making me laugh right now because they're actually kind of confused as to why you are so confuzzled, because they said, as of most people, you are very, very much plugged in, and it's very confusing to them, that you're confused, Uh-huh. Okay. So basically, it's a need to let things percolate just a little bit, and once you do that, typically it comes right through for you. But just in cases, we'll look at this for you. Okay. Oh, I like that. I like it a lot. Okay. All right. So, Mary Hun, we've got the Ace of Water, which is, learning new spiritual things, moving forward emotionally, and actually digging in there and finding those new treasures spiritually. But then we have the Page of Fire, and this is news of exciting new endeavors. Use your originality and ingenuity. You got to get creative on this one. You really do. This is, spiritual growth and ethereal intuition. This is also finding a new home spiritually. It's coming to that place where you can pretty much say, I'm home now. Like, this is where I'm going to live. But this is, using your originality and ingenuity. This is not being complacent. Not being complacent. And then we have, here's the thing, the what's in your way card, they've got the ego card or the devil card, and that is, being overly focused, negative or fear-based thoughts, like, am I doing the right thing? Is it the wrong thing? Am I screwing up? What am I doing? That's the only thing that's in your way. And as far as the next, we have the Chariot, and that's an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower and recognition. So you are most certainly headed in the right direction. Your spiritual path, I mean, really, that thing is laid out. That thing is laid out. Uh-huh. Lots of markers, lots of landmarks, lots of, hey, pay attentions along that path for you. And it's not that you need them. It's more like a reassurance. Like once you see them, it really starts to make sense. It really starts to make sense once you actually, cross that landmark and you're like, oh, I see what they did there, you know. But they are quite amused. They are quite amused at the fact that you keep saying that you're not sure about different things. Because after a little bit of thought processing and everything, it seems like you get it pretty quickly. So, um, yeah, yep, and things kind of in hyperdrive. That's uh-huh. Oh, okay, okay, I gotcha. So, Mary, speak your mind with confidence. Balance mental and emotional considerations. Balance mental and emotional. This is that Justice card again. There's that Justice card again. This is the King of Air, or the King of Swords, but it's very, very much the Justice card too, in the sense that we are balancing our emotions and our mental faculties. Okay. Just go back to square one and just breathe. Just breathe. Let it percolate for a minute. This will be about the fifth ascension process for you, Mary. And like I said, it's just one foot in front of the other. And spiritual, and there's several different ones that you will go through, and dimensional one. And so that's allowing you to see a lot more. It's also allowing you to experience things through the etheric, and that's okay. That's all part of the ascension process. Okay. All right. Oh, honey, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. Okay. And I'm just making sure I haven't missed anybody. Okay. All right. You are so welcome. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do a second general reading. And, for a while there, I asked myself, do I really need to do two general readings? But the more that I do this, the more it starts clicking that there's always two sides to every coin. And somebody might be going through one thing and it's clicking, but it's not really like resonating. And then I do the second general reading and they're like, oh my God. So that's why we do two for those playing the home game. All right. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. I can't make this up. We got the Eight of Pentacles. I'll go over this whole thing, I promise. Knight of Cups again. The Chariot. The Empress is back. The Three of Swords. The Eight of Swords. The Six of Cups. The Sun. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Yes, I love the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is actually it's one of my favorite cards too. But I want to share this with you guys because this is so neat. This is so, so neat. And the way that they word things in here is so, so different from what we're used to. Um, they look at things through a different way, you know. Um, So the Ace of Pentacles is one of the most auspicious cards to get. This is why Mary's like, woohoo! It promises the ability to create and share abundance. You'll receive new resources or see an old resource with new eyes, allowing you to make something truly special. Use your gift to add value to the world, whether through something practical or through something beautiful, or both. The irony of this card is that wealth is not meant to be hoarded, but instead seems to multiply when it is shared. So that is the current situation, and that is, now this can be your up and coming current situation if the first one resonated with you, or the first one didn't resonate, this is what you're currently looking at. So new ideas, new, brand new. All right, and then the crossing energy is the Eight of Pentacles. In the text, the White King is often silly or ineffectual, but it is not always his fault. When Alice is invisible and inaudible in the looking glass drawing room, she notices the king using a large pencil to make a note. A sudden thought struck her, and she took hold of the end of the pencil, which came some way over his shoulder, and began writing for him. The poor king struggled with the pencil for some time. At last he panted out, "My dear, I really must get a thinner pencil. I cannot manage this one a bit. It writes all manner of things that I don't intend." Whether the king continued trying to write, the text doesn't say, and Alice soon leaves the room shortly to roam the garden. However, the king seems like a committed fellow, and it is easy to imagine him laboring diligently with his unwieldy pencil. Eventually, his letters and words will come out exactly as he intends. So this is the card that shows a reward of hard work and diligent practice. This card shows the single most important way to achieve that practice. Materials and teaching will only get you so far. Hands-on experience and making lots of mistakes is the best way to become really good at anything, including, by the way, reading tarot. So this right here is saying brand new. We're going to start finding our own value. Okay, and we're going to start working at it a new way. Okay, there we are. And then the Knight of Cups. Again, this is an offer that's being brought. Okay, but just to be safe, a knight represents someone sweet, creative, and dreamy. Like the other knights, he does focus intently on his goal, but because he lives in a kind of between-world state, we can't always see or understand what he's doing. Consequently, it's easy for him to be misunderstood. Luckily, he is more concerned with whatever he is working on to care much what others think of him. So, goal-oriented, short attention span, a dreamer, committed, idealistic, and romantic. So, you see why I decided to read it out of the book this time? Because in this case, this is saying that you can't be short-sighted. This is the basis of the situation. Being short-sighted and dreamy, we're trying to find that new thing that we're wanting to do as far as like a new business venture or something that we're really good at. This is saying make sure that you learn all the aspects of that thing, and hands-on training is the key. Hands-on training, okay? Then behind you, we have the Chariot. And the Chariot is still one of my favorite cards in the tarot, because the Chariot means that you are indeed heading in the right direction, okay? The Chariot represents improvement and success through learned and applied skills. What did we just say? What did we just say? We've got the hands-on training, and we're learning things, and we're experiencing things. So the hands-on training that we're getting there, that means that we are improving on these skills. So the Chariot includes the symbols representing the cards that came before, the Magician, the High Priestess. However, the Chariot is still an early stop on the Fool's journey. So just like the young driver who just acquired their driver's license, experience is still required to make confident and smooth decisions. There we are. So get out of the dream world. Don't be so short-sighted. I mean, yes, you can be romantic about things and creative, But again, don't be ruled by emotion here to move forward. We are going to still need to learn how to, make smooth decisions. We should recognize and applaud our achievements without being too critical. So this is already behind you. And then we have the Empress. And the Empress is very, very nurturing. She's all about your success. Okay, so here we go. We have the Empress. The Empress is the knowledge and deep love for the workings of the natural world and all that reside within it. It's also the desire to share that understanding to help others move more comfortably through their lives. It is also the wisdom that to everything there is a season. And if there is no jam today, we can live in hope of jam tomorrow. And just as surely as the sun rises and sets every day, spring will follow winter, abundance will follow lean times, and death will follow life. So well, hi, Shay. So this is our second general reading. If you're just joining us, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles talks about business ventures, finding something that, being creative about things, finding your own value, and also deciding if you want to do something beautiful or practical or both, okay, to contribute to the abundance of the world around you. The crossing energy is the Eight of Pentacles, working diligently, getting hands-on training for the things that you really want to do. Then we're going to allow ourselves to dream, but don't get stuck there, and move forward. Not being emotionally driven if possible, but we definitely need to move forward. And the Seven, the Chariot, all those experiences that we've gained so far, that's what's led us to this moment. We're going to appreciate our accomplishments. We're not going to be too hard on ourselves. We're just starting out here. Okay. The Empress, everything comes in season. Everything has its time. It's time to nurture things when they are in season and when they have come into your life. Okay. All right. And then we have the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords, it acknowledges and honors a hard truth that we've learned so far. Now that's new. Usually the Three of Swords is all about heartbreak and my feelers have been damaged and, I need time to heal. And this is saying it honors and acknowledges a hard truth that we've learned. Sometimes precious, sometimes something we valued has been forever changed. And we are deeply saddened and can't imagine how we'll reclaim that bit of goodness that we've lost. Even though it feels like it's going to be a long time before you can move on, an important lesson to bring forward is to continue to hold on to the truth that you've gained. Hold on to it, but don't let it become a prison of bitterness or a weapon to keep others out. Wow. Wow. That is definitely a new way to look at things. I knew there was a reason they wanted me to grab this. Okay. And then our hopes and fears category. The hopes and fears category, we have the Eight of Swords, which is, this card describes a very precarious situation. No matter how you came to be in this position, getting out is going to be a challenge. You have some options. First, you can wait to be rescued, although there's no guarantee how long that could take. The other route means that you take responsibility and rescue yourself. Swords are the suit of intelligence, so be smart like Alice. Pay close attention to your surroundings, rely on what you already know, and be open to new ideas. Think outside the box and take advantage of any opportunity. Keep your head, use your brain, and know that you can find a solution. So, a lot of times when I see stuff like this, people that are starting a business venture, if you are starting a business venture, please pay attention. Or if you're currently in a business venture that's kind of done one of these things, please pay attention. Okay? I am looking right at this, and what I'm seeing is we started a new business venture. Everything was cool. We think, oh, I can be buying this, I can do that, We did some basic hands-on training. We got in that dream state. We allowed our emotions to take over. We learned a few things, not being too harsh on you or anything, but understand that everything has a season. There's a season for everything. And if you don't nurture the things in the season that they're in, it doesn't happen. And that's that stark lesson that we're learning. And then now we're feeling trapped. Meanwhile, there's plenty of opportunity for you to use what you've learned and move forward. Use what you've learned and move forward. Instead of the Six of Cups, which is nostalgia and getting stuck in your own head back there and saying, well, it used to be like this, and I thought it was going to be like that, and I used to do this thing. And no, this is a brand new venture. So it's like anything, you're going to have to understand that there's things that are going to come up along the way that you're going to have to surmount as challenges. Okay. And then we have what's best for you. What is best for you? And what's best for us is the sun. So to do both the easiest and the most difficult thing, be white and the red queens, eventually just have to bask in the sunshine of your own wonderful self, but not for too long. You don't want to get a sunburn. Wheel of Fortune for your Wheel of Fortune, no Vanna White needed. So our final outcome, the wheel is vague. What constant is it? Another way to look at it, then it's not the end. So I absolutely love that, because to me that says if we're looking, I got this and I'm gonna rock this out, and then we got emotional direction. Now, all right, you are not trapped. You can move anytime that you want to. You are not trapped. And stop all. You can always turn things around. You can always. I absolutely love that. A cycle of life. Our forum one more time. If anybody needs a card pulled or anything, please let me know. It's a little slow today. That is okay. Today, be sure to stop by the Inner Fire Creations tent. My friend Jordan, who at the Renaissance Fair. And then also, what else? On Monday, we have our weekly Outlook video. Today is once I haven't missed anybody. That's so cool. My email decides to send me little notifications. Did you know? No, I'm only doing it right now. It's totally fine. It's absolutely adorable. Okay. And these are my Alice in Wonderland, or Alice the Wonderland Oracle. Alice the Wonderland Oracle. I absolutely love these cards so much. They're one of my favorite things that I purchased here lately. I absolutely love these. Okay. Wow. All right. So Shay, they are actually giving you like an entire thing here. And I think that's because you just opened the door and said, any news that needs to come in, just, I think that's why. But what they said is, I wonder what will happen next. Falling, you can't go back to yesterday. Forget who you are, and curiouser and curiouser. And this to me is absolutely phenomenal. Wow. Yeah, this is really cool. Okay, so we've got, I wonder what'll happen next. This is being ready to go on adventure. the precipice of change, and a pause before taking action. They're saying, look before you leap, okay? Really, really take a good look. Take a good look. We're ready. We're ready for adventure. We're ready to get out there. We're ready to do these things. But they're like, whoa, Nelly, let's back it up just a second. We're just going to take a pause before we start taking some action. Okay. This is, and the next one says falling, which is the unknown. It's also momentum and change. Like they keep saying change is upon you. It's coming. Just, buckle up, Buttercup, because we got change coming. Change is definitely on the move here. All right. So this is going into the unknown. I like to look at this as the Fool card, honestly. And the Fool is still one of my favorite cards in the tarot because nothing has been tampered with. It's a 0. You can do anything that you want. Move forward, stay where you're at, move backward, whatever. It's going in with that sense of wonder where nothing like this has ever happened before, even if it has. It's that feeling like you're going in fresh, okay? So we are ready for adventure. We're going to go in fresh. You can't go back to yesterday. Please be in the present. Please be in the present. And this is referring to that 6 of Cups again. Tomorrow isn't here yet. We can't live there. Yesterday's gone. We can't live there either. Guess what? We have today. Be in the present. Be in the present moment only. You can't go back to yesterday. Well, hi, Christina. Yes, I can certainly send you a picture of that. So forget who you are. So forget who you are. This is, okay. Somewhere along the line, Shay, somewhere along the line, honey, you decided to believe the lie. You decided to believe the lie of what everybody told you that you were or that you were going to be, and that was all you were going to be. And somewhere along the line, you fell for it. And it's a totally human thing to do. Congratulations, you're human. But you need to forget that now. Forget who you are. Memory no longer defines you. You are not what your past is. You are not anything other than what you say that you're going to be. Okay? Moving forward, this is what we're going to do. And then curiouser and curiouser, this is discovery. This is really allowing who you are to come forward in a very big way. Okay, this is allowing those things to move forward for you. Okay, all right. That is fantastic. Hi, Christina. And I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling here because I can feel it. I can feel it. And Shay, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to set these aside for you. And we'll take a picture of these here in a little bit, and I will send that to you, hon. And I am so grateful, guys, really, that if it's resonating, I want you to tell me, because that makes my life so much easier and my job so much easier trying to help. Okay. And Christina, honey, this is for you. I'm actually shuffling right this very second to pull something just for you. Okay. And, you are so welcome. So I wanted to, I try to use something different every time because, the postcards from Spirit are great, but once you've been through them all, it's kind of like I've heard that before. And it's, you don't want to rely on just those. So all right. Christina, honey. Christina, oh my goodness sakes, girl, we got some news for you today. All right, Christina. They're saying, okay, so all must have prizes. What this tells me, Christina, is that you have been going along trying to please everybody else. You have been going along trying to please everybody else, what makes everybody else happy. And you have put what you need and what you want right there on that back burner. Okay? So all must have prizes. That's where you're trying to please everybody. However, we've got you are rare and free, which means you are called to be authentic right now. You are called to be nothing short of who you are. You don't need to water yourself down just because the rest of the world can't handle you at 100 proof. That is not your problem. Okay? Nature communication, you have like this right here. Okay? This is calling you to just go be by yourself. Go to the woods, go to one of those flower garden, butterfly garden things. But this is saying ethereal messages. Ethereal messages can come while you're out walking in the woods. They can come if you're just by yourself. They can, but they are referring to you spending some time in nature. That's probably a very, very good idea. And if you believe that God created the world and everything in it, then going into nature helps you connect with God and a higher power anyway. Okay. Then we have clock time. This is constantly feeling under pressure, constantly feeling like this is why you have anxiety. This is why, Christina, you have anxiety because you are constantly and consistently trying to please everybody else and take care of what everybody else needs and constantly feeling under that pressure. You don't take any time or to take care of yourself, really. I mean, you even felt guilty before you started watching this right now because you were taking time out for you. Okay? No. Don't feel so under pressure. And then we have do not drink poison. Stop doing things that are bad for you. Okay? If running yourself ragged and not sleeping and not taking care of yourself, if that is bad for you, which we all know it is, then we're going to stop that. Okay? This is also filling your head, because poison does not necessarily mean only things that you eat. I mean, it does, but it doesn't, because our bodies are not the only things that digest things. Our eyes take in things, our ears take in things, right? Okay. Avoid toxic situations, people, and relationships. Do not partake in what you know is not best for you. Ending harmful relationships, changing toxic habits, or improving your intuition and health regimen. A clean out from your home and pantry of substances, foods, even fabrics that can poison your personal environment. Changing unhealthy, harmful thoughts and beliefs about yourself, and refusing to speak ill of other people. Choosing to encourage, support, and lead through kindness and strength. Sweetheart. Okay, this is why. It's because you have surrounded yourself with a very toxic environment. It's a very toxic environment, and you've basically decided that you have to please everybody that's in that toxic environment. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay. All right. So there you are, Christina. Well, Christina, honey, it's good. It's good that we know that it's just anxiety for right now. But please understand that depression is comorbid with anxiety. And before it gets to depression, we need to figure out what is going on. And the fact that you need to get rid of these toxic relationships and the toxic environment that you're in. Okay? All right. You are so welcome, honey. You're so, so welcome. Okay. All right, and what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to shuffle these one more time, and we are just going to pull some general answers here for folks. And guys, feel free to share this on your pages. I am totally fine with that. I know some people are like, please don't share to groups and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, that's fine. They can do that. But if you want to share my stuff, you go right ahead. I'm not going to be mad at you. Okay. All right. And our final thought for today is nonsense. It is time to start talking sense. Immense effort and advancing. So we're keeping up. Keeping up. Nonsense. Keeping up. Follow the white rabbit and impossible things. So this is saying that it is time to start. If somebody is being unfair, if somebody is being ridiculous in their expectations of you, you have every reason and every right to say something. Keeping up means immense effort and advancing, moving forward. Okay. And then we have follow the white rabbit, which is curiosity meets opportunity. Follow the white rabbit. If there's something that catches your eye and you're trying to, you know, remove yourself from a certain situation and something else comes along, take it. Take it. Okay. And then impossible things, working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, and fresh perspectives. We are going to look at everything with a fresh pair of eyes. We are not going to go in thinking that we know everything and that we've seen it all before. Okay. All right. Okay, and our angel messages for everybody. Okay. Yes. So our angel messages for everybody. We've got big happy changes. We're going to have to wait and look for a sign, but then it's perfect timing. Big happy changes, wait and look for a sign, and then perfect timing. Okay. All right. I want to thank you guys. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Shay. I do want to thank you guys so much for joining me every Saturday. I really appreciate it. And if you guys know somebody that could benefit from this, please don't hesitate to share with them. Okay. I am available for personal readings if you need those, or if you need angelic therapy or healing or crystal healing or emotional freedom therapy or whatever it is that you need. I do have all of that available. So if that is something that you're interested in, please do contact me. I do have appointments available. And Monday will be our weekly outlook video, our weekly forecast spiritually for the week. And we do that on Monday, and that's usually posted Monday evening, sometime in there. But I want to thank you guys for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you guys right back here on Monday for our weekly outlook video. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.